Hey everybody, welcome back to Amnesia the Darkest Set. First, we need to repair this, and I believe managed to do that for we had balances instead of making too many since hands has a charge of approach it. The Baron's firm hand held him back. Maybe somebody tell a story. Making everyone stand it. Did I reset everything? Repair the machine, power released which try again. Let's confirm goods to share all this. So close enough. Definitely on. I'm so sure. Might be somewhere else. That's the powers. Beautiful wildlife seems to test with the nature stone which goes up and about. Alas, if as I studied and carves of near but a flower. Gas. Stuck. chains. System like in the last episode and how I think how useful. Something about power. Maybe it's not power, maybe that's a misdirection. It looks like it's powered by a chain. Which I have something to do right here. I think it reset each time. I haven't seen. I think that's probably what it is. I thought I must have gone to start with. He does have a chest on his side. Oh, I just managed to do it. Managed to do it. I wasn't sure what I was doing, but I did it. Accidentally, there was a red defense which before I was too late. It's just for the half of the retire, that much is certain. Right. There we go. Good luck. Still have a couple of boxes to have to play it. Oh, wait a minute. What do you think we're after? Oh, fuck's sake. I did go into my head when I was going to I think I'm getting boxing over here. I have to miss all that. Gives you a good second, that's good for you where I just do that. this to be fun. Ouch. Unfold. If his eyes were just the darkness, we're not sure if I can tell up here. Well, also knowing no one was dead.
Do you see, Daniel? It has yielded. What? The shadow. Has for now. Come, let's get this out of here so we can get some peace.
Yes, let's. Where to?
Just down the corridor to the morgue.
Are there more dead men there?
You did well, Daniel. Come, let's get going.
I think I heal over time.
Alexander along with Daniel makes up the foundation for the entire story. Together they make the core conflict. There was a lot of background for this character as he is in a sense the villain, so I wanted to do everything that I could to make him likable and have people sympathize with him. It's just the best way to make a bad guy. If we can have the player feel for their opponent, they might start questioning their own actions. Alexander's story is quite interesting in its own right, but in the end it was important to have the story deal with the relationship between Daniel and Alexander. That's why there is so much about the last few weeks and so little about the history of Alexander. Because after all, since we're playing Daniel and he seemed to want to get back at Alexander, we the player want to know how bad he really was and decide for ourselves if we think he should be punished.
Alexander did try and ward off the spirit. Daniel. Alexander did try it. He's a bad guy though, I kind of assumed he would be.
The flashback of the guy trapped is actually inspired by true events. During the flashback of the guy...
What happened? Why are all these dead? Where am I? What's happening? Help! Anybody! Help!
Copper tube. Oh no. If you could improve this, that's fine.
3 days now. This is ridiculous. Why doesn't someone enter this room? Hey! Anybody? Am I all alone here? Help! Help! I'm so tired. If I sleep, can I wake from this nightmare? If not, I pray my Heavenly Father will take me in my sleep.
The flashback of the guy trapped is actually inspired by true events. During the bubonic plague outbreaks, people were buried so quickly that it was not always checked that they were probably dead. This meant that people sometimes woke up, finding themselves locked up in tombs surrounded by corpses. Scratches on doors and walls of such rooms have been found, confirming that it did happen.
Maybe she knows.
I hear you breathing, Daniel. Do you hear me? Have you changed your mind?
Oh, it's creepy. The corpse in the morgue is only a day old. The fine copper tube found in the morgue looks like a part of a surgical tool. It's just different rigor mortis can be older than a day.
As with the cistern, this takes the player closer to Daniel's dark past. It was important here that the corpses did not have the normal gory shock value, but was more true to reality and disturbing. We really wanted to approach this stuff with respect and not just show it in an exploitative fashion. I hope that shows when you play the game.
That's quick. There we go. I fear for Daniel because he's reckless. He's tainted by the approach to Shadow and will not be able to pass the gate. Oh, will he be able to accept this in the end? My love, I've seen evil in him. How am I to trust him with the truth? Cruel irony that had to do unto him what Agrippa did unto me. Wow, okay. That's not really satisfying. See, the fact that it's just giving me true laudanum means I'm going to be chased. Vaccine trials. The vaccine enabling my mental work in the fungi-ridden sewer is a definite success. Unfortunately, only a few servants have been remedied as the procedure proves difficult. The others will perish, and eventually I will have to create more of them to keep my experiments running. Note that injection of vaccinated blood will work as a shield long enough to pass the sewers without any risk of infection. It will do fine for prisoner transport. Right, okay. So only lasts possibly dead. Right, thanks again, man. The strange deaths among the servants and the prisoners have finally been resolved. It seems that the drain sewer, which has recently been opened up for use as a means of transport, is plagued by a peculiar poisonous fungi, which is downstairs, as you all saw. Victims seem to have suffered an extremely quick outbreak of sickness affecting the entire body. Some of the men, including myself, are blissfully spared by this calamity. It's clear that this cripples my progress. Prisoners die quickly and a contaminated vital lacks the energy I seek. I shall immediately start working on a cure. So that's poisonous, so it'll kill you. Vaccine only lasts longer. Let's not go into that one, shall we? There's a way to add in somewhere. Jesus Christ. Let's leave that shit close, sorry. Go again. Wait a minute. distracted. I actually didn't know Kevin was sanity over now. Yeah, that's gonna happen. Shit. Well, that's good. Oh yeah? Sometimes you just gotta go YOLO. I don't like that at all. Fuck. Henry Bedlow went to class down in anger of his bitter mother. He never cried in the middle of his cry instead. Pain is like that. You become sad or you become angry. Henry always chose low. The pain makes him angry. Do for pain.
Somehow, every adventurer finds himself in a sewer at some point in his life, and Daniel is no different. Usually these levels tend to be a bit dull, but this one turned out rather okay. It's quite a step up from the last sewer level I did in Penumbra Requiem. It was supposed to be a blue tinted level, with a feeling of being cold and damp, but it stood out too much to really fit in with the other levels. We settled for a green tint on the brown dungeon set, as it worked nicely as a transition between the system's green stones and the brown torture nave level.
They're the most dangerous ones, I don't just a little bit of research on them.
here was my first job at scripting a puzzle. I must say that I like working with scripts, but that's probably because I love anything that looks or feels like programming. Scripting puzzles does not involve just writing a plain script. You also get to edit entities, create particle systems, set up stuff like areas and entities in the level to support the script. It is actually a lot of fun, and it allows for quite a bit of creativity. This particular puzzle is about having to jam kind of water mill to be able to get through it. But it first needs to be slowed down somehow.
That's his first puzzle. And the fact he's just able to hit and hurt yourself. I think I'll leave it here. I'll continue on from this in the next episode. If you enjoyed, leave a like, subscribe for more with updates and everything else. And thank you all for watching, and I hope to get through the server and finally get out of town day in the next one. Thank you all for watching, and see you all